In the previous sessions, we talked about dharam and adharam. Okay, we talked about what is the root cause of adharam, which is considering God to be omnipresent. Okay, we understood the meaning of omnipresent, and also we talked about the difference between soul and the supreme soul. Okay, we were discussing on why God cannot be omnipresent. Okay, and we said, okay, we will continue with some more reasons here, which God is giving us, actually telling us practically. That's why we did not even think from this angle before. Okay, it's a divine intellect. Okay, he's giving us that divine vision to see from this angle, which he only can give us because he only knows three aspects of time and he's the intellectuals of the intellect. Okay, so let's look at some of the reasons that he is giving us why he is not omnipresent here. Okay, so look at here, Ishwar. Ishwar, what is the meaning of Ishwar? See, Ish means to rule, Var means elevated. Okay, Ishwar, everybody cannot be Ishwar. Ishwar is only one, and he has to be proved in practice. Practically, he have to be proved with the body only. Okay, he has to prove through actions that he is the elevated ruler. Okay, so but every soul until now was not proved to be elevated ruler. So they cannot be called Ishwar. Okay, so if God is in everyone, then everybody will be called Ishwar. Okay, so because he is in them, and then he will be expressing himself through them only. So everybody should consider as Ishwar, but we said no, he is one Ishwar, and we point our finger upwards. Why are we doing that if he is in all of us? Okay, so he's proving to be Ishwar through his permanent chariot, which is also called as fortunate chariot. Okay. Another reason is, see, in our physical world as well, father and children cannot be the one, right? Father and children, they might have similar characteristics. Okay, let's look at this example. Okay, just like it has said in the Gita, whoever is prosperous, powerful, the best, intelligent, consider him to have been created from the part of my meaning, Supreme Father, Supreme Soul's brilliance. Okay, it's chapter 10, sloka 41. So what is the meaning being created from the part of brilliance? Okay, think about it. Just like if a handsome, strong, intelligent person obtains a son like him, it is certainly said that son has received this brilliance from his father. That is true, right? Son can receive his brilliance. Okay. Even if same person has many children, he just considers the son who takes his responsibility and fulfills his dreams, the son who brings glory to him, his son, he considers him as his form. That's true, right? So the father who will be considered to be his form, not all of the children, one who qualifies, right? One who becomes like him and follows his footsteps, right? But will the father and the son be considered to be seen through this? Okay. Don't the father and son have their own individual existence? Okay. So just it makes sense, right? In the physical world as well, father and son, they might look alike. Okay, the son is possessing father's brilliance. Okay, you can say sanskars, but they still have two separate identities. Okay, how can we, okay, as souls, consider Supreme Soul to be part of us? Okay, if we look at this, see, just like any soul who leaves the body, okay, any soul who has left the body, okay, right here, okay, God must still remain be there. Okay, but why doesn't there appear to be any life in the body? Okay, because soul left, then God still have to be there. Okay, but no, what we are seeing this, okay, soul and the supreme soul are both the one. But now, then we just, in this example, we just said, we are not possessing his brilliance. Okay, we are not really feeling his virtues or qualities. Okay, so just like there is an example, one more example. So just like we can say, okay, sugar is present everywhere in the milk. Okay, but sweetness is not, it is not. Can we say that? Sugar is in the milk, but it's not sweet, right? Fire has provided a thing, but the warmth has not. Can we say that? No. So if the Supreme Soul is within us, right, if he will not be with, if he's separate than us in the same body, then if the soul leaves the body, then he should still be there. Okay. So, and if we say no, they both are merged in one, then look at this point. Okay, why are we not possessing his qualities? Okay, why are we not feeling? Okay, that whatever he has, why are we not feeling our right or inheritance from him of peace and happiness? Why are we searching for it outside? Okay, love, peace, happiness, true love, peace, happiness, which are our own virtues, our own property. We are begging, okay, to get from outside. All right. So that's why. So this is a good question, right? God were omnipresent, purity, peace, happiness ought to be found everywhere, but these are not found. Okay, instead, we should say Maya is omnipresent, which are the vices are omnipresent. Okay, it's in all of us, actually. Okay, God doesn't have vices. Okay, but we have the vices. Okay, just like they also say, see, along with what we are talking, if we have come from him, right? We all souls are like bubbles in the ocean. Okay, all the bubbles merge in the ocean. Okay, which means that we are part of the ocean. We say this very thing, didn't we? In the scriptures, it has said that. It is said like that. Okay, now something to think about. If we are bubbles, if we are a part of the ocean, then the ocean should also have the salinity. Salinity, just like salinity contained in the handful of water taken from the ocean, shouldn't it? Right? It should have that same guna, we say, okay, which ocean has, shouldn't they? Okay, so the explanation is, okay, that so if that is true, then each soul, okay, we have different sanskars. Okay, when these souls enter womb and take on a body, they will definitely play different roles. The role of one soul cannot be similar to that of another soul. Okay, this is, we have always been given these examples, right? As we just said, all of us souls are like bubbles in the ocean. All the bubbles merge in the ocean, which means we are part of the ocean. Okay, we say this very thing, but again, we forgot one thing, that if we are bubbles, if we are a part of the ocean, then ocean should have the same salinity, just like the salinity contained in the handful of water. Okay, and if we mix that handful of water again in the ocean, the quality of both remains the same. But why do all of us have different scars? Okay, how did the difference arise, and how this difference has been continuing for many births? If he is within, if the Supreme Soul is within us, then these differences should not be there, right? We should not be able to deviate from our true self. We should be more harmonizing with our own true self, right, as a soul. So that makes sense. And many people think that God has no form. Okay, then just think about it. Okay, whom we call our Father, okay, is has certainly has a form. Why? Because if the sweetness have no form, but sugar has, right? So we can't say that he doesn't have form. That's he's but anything in the world, there is nothing in the world it's without name and form. Okay, same thing, his qualities don't have form, but the thing that he as a what he possesses these qualities has a form. The thing that possesses these qualities has a form. Okay, similarly, peace, bliss, purity are formless, but he who is an inexhaustible source of this has surely a form. So in that case, we should feel that property if he is within us. I hope it makes sense. Okay, if you're confused by any means, we will clear it. Okay. Let's look at another example. Okay. See, just like the sun, right, gives the energy, okay, in the form of light and warmth for the benefit of the world. Okay, and then it charges. It also, one of the things it does is charges a battery, which is a solar battery, okay, according to its capacity. Okay, um, through this solar energy. So and use it for in which is used for different tasks, right? Well, now think about it. The solar battery, it has different capacity. It's different than sun. It does feel its power, right? But it is still different than the sun. Okay. So if someone starts calling the battery itself to be the sun, then what will we call him? Okay, we will certainly call him foolish. Okay, same thing happened here. The very mistake that was committed was in understanding the vibhutis. Okay, so according to their capacity, many soul-like batteries become manmanabha with the power of knowledge of the living sun, which means when God comes, everyone takes his knowledge as per their capacity and remembers him as how he tells us to remember based on his knowledge and fills themselves with the power. Okay, so and then whoever is able to fill the maximum power of yoga within himself, they have been called vibhutis. Okay, so in Gita, the confusion is occurring in the chapter of vibhutis. Okay, it is talking about the special type of revelations actually. Okay, characteristics of the one soul in whom the supreme soul comes and finishes the task. Okay, he's depicting, he's playing many roles. Okay, and he's been praised as the best of everyone. That's why in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita it is said, okay, God, it is in a vibhuti. Okay, you are out of the mountain, you are this mountain. After a tree, you are the best of this tree. Out of this animal, you are the best of this animal. So it's best. It is talking about the best. It is not indicating he's everywhere. Okay, so God is not omnipresent. He only comes in one. Here is the meaning of vibhuti that I just mentioned. Okay, so okay, see, whoever attains the stage of manmanabhav, which is merge your thoughts and mind, that's what the manmanabhav means. Okay, through the corporeal personality of the incorporeal Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, he obtains the effect of the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul's brilliance in the form of yoga to a greater or a lesser extent according to his purusharth, okay, through which he is proved to be elevated, the highest and the greatest. Okay, so the Adhyatmic, Adi means inside, Atmic means the soul, inside the soul. Okay, birth in the form of revelation is the special birth here. Remember, we said God takes a special birth, meaning vibhuti. Okay, all the vibhutis are the children in form of souls of the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. But to consider all of those human souls as the supreme soul is a foolish mistake. Okay, so that's why he said best, best, best. Okay, so the vibhutis, are in here. It's talking about the speciality of one. Okay, the special birth God takes out of all the children. Okay, so all the vibhutis. Okay, so he is referring to only one, the speciality of one through in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Some more reasons here. See, had God been omnipresent and had he resided in every particle, then why it has been said in the Gita, this verse, that he comes when there is extreme irreligiousness. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharat. Okay, why is there mention of he has to come into this world? Okay, when there is extreme irreligiousness, if he's already in this world. Okay, also in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it has said, and the word has come avi bhaktam, that the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul in the form of power of yoga is absolutely indivisible, yet exists if he divided as is the work, so is the same among all living beings. So his power of remembrance is in everyone. He is not in everyone, just like we said, right? The father's sanskars or characteristics or brilliance will be in everyone. Same thing. God, when God comes, he instills the characteristics of his in everyone. Like by giving the knowledge, we remember him, we imbibe his qualities within us. Okay, but he is not in all of us. So it's two different things to say. Saying that his power of remembrance, his brilliance, his qualities in everyone versus he is in everyone. If he would be everywhere, then why is this sloka in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is the crown jewel of all the scriptures? Okay, it says that na tadbhasyate suryo na sashanko na pavakaha yat gatva na nirvatante tad dhama palmamama. Okay, which means neither the sun nor the moon nor fire, okay, illumine that supreme status destination. Okay, the abode having reached which one does not return to this sorrowful world. That is my supreme abode, he said, mine. So he's a resident of the supreme abode. Okay, that's why there is a saying, highest is your abode, highest is your name, and highest is your work. So he resides, okay, in the supreme abode, which is known as by different names in different religion: Paralok, Paramdham, Shantidham, Nirvana, Brahmalok, Supreme Abode, Arsh, Turyadham. Okay, so he is not present everywhere. In here it states clearly, chapter 9, slok 4. Okay, it says, for being the subtlest, through my expanded form, the ideal of Ling, of the incorporeal point of light that is invisible, this entire world has expanded like a tree growing from a subtle seed. That is why all the living creatures are contained in me. Okay, the subtle avyakt seed form, but I aren't contained in them. Here is another slok, very clearly states, okay, that he is not omnipresent. Just like the banyan tree, this entire inert and living world has expanded from the human seed or father through Mahadev, the corporeal form of incorporeal ling, with my avyakt stage. Okay, therefore, all the groups of living beings are present in my ling, the seed, but I, very, very important, okay, I, Shiv, okay, am not present, omnipresent, okay, in those living beings. Okay, states very, very clearly that I am not present in everyone. Let's take a look at this as well. See, very nice. In the some of the one of the sloka in Bhagavad Gita might say, right, that he's situated in the heart. See, heart is not about the physical heart here. Okay, the remembrance of the corporeal form of the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul is merged in everyone in the entire inert and living world, okay, to a greater or lesser extent. For this very reason, it has mentioned in the Gita that the Supreme Soul is situated in the heart, meaning the mind of all the creatures. Okay, by considering this very meaning in a completely meaningless way, the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul was considered to be omnipresent. This is the biggest lie. Okay, this is the biggest lie. Just think, common sense, think. Okay, few scientists have manufactured such as powerful bombs and other deadly weapons. If God would be in them, why would they even think about it? Even if they might think, why would they even imagine, okay, of creating them? Think about it. How would they get that power to create them if God is sitting there and just watching? Think about it. How did even the first atom bomb they made, how did they even have that courage to even drop that atom bomb, the bombs, deadly bombs, okay, the first one in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which some of the people are still suffering the consequences of that. Okay, think about it. If God would be in all of them, how would they even, do that? God not do anything to stop it? And think about it. The religious fathers, all the religious fathers, okay, none of them said themselves to be God. Okay, they always pointed their fingers upwards. If they cannot claim themselves to be God, okay, how can we predict that God is everywhere, right? So it's a kind of common sense, isn't it? If we really reflect on this fact. Now, see, God said also, when He comes, He will establish one religion. Okay, He will establish one religion. As it says in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya ch dushkrita dharma sansthapanaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yuge yuge doesn't mean like between every yuga. Yuge yuge means the last phase of previous cycle and the first beginning phase of the new cycle in between that time period. Okay, I will send you a video on that. It will give you clarity with the vision. Okay, so yuge yuge means this is the cycle, right? Old cycle. So end of this cycle, which is right now, which is also the beginning of the new cycle. So that transitioning phase in between, it's called yuge yuge. Two yugs, Kalyug and Satyug. In between, he comes. Okay, so that's why he establishes this religion. Okay, the deity religion, Sanatan Dharam. Nobody can deny it. Okay, there used to be Sanatan Dharam before any religions existed. Ancient deity religion was the oldest religion. So he would come and establish that religion again, wouldn't he? The deity religion, that's why it has also the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita is God makes ordinary human being into deities, which is the most elevated human being. Okay, so that correlates with the fact why he comes to transition human beings into deities. Okay, and that's why there is a name of ancient deity religion. It existed in the golden age and the silver age. Okay, look at this a powerful statement from other scriptures as well. The final testament is God's final message to humanity. All of God's prophets have come to this world and all the scriptures have been delivered. The time has come to purify and consolidate all the messages delivered by God's prophets into one message and to proclaim that henceforth There is only one religion acceptable to God. Think about it. One religion, one language, one set of words. Okay, it is what? Soul consciousness, right? Which will only bring the feeling of brotherhood, one world, one family, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. So that is what ancient deity religion is the religion of soul consciousness. Okay, so that's what God comes and establish. Then how can he be omnipresent? Okay, if he would be in everyone, then we would not have the existence of all these body conscious religions. In the name of religion, we are going away from each other, not coming closer to each other in making the world as one family, one family. Okay, name of religion, there is lot of partiality, differences are occurring here. Okay, so how could God do that? God doesn't do that. Okay. So highest on high, God establishes the ancient deity religion through his permanent chariot, which is known as Allah Awaldin. Awaldin means the one who establishes the number one religion.